Low testosterone doesn't just hit one area, it changes the whole man. First, energy drops, then muscle gets softer, then drive starts fading. Most men call it stress and keep moving. That's the trap, because low testosterone doesn't show up like a loud emergency. It shows up like 3 quiet problems that look normal until they stack. Sleep gets worse, belly fat grows easier, recovery slows down. And while you're blaming age, your body is rewiring under you. In this video, I'll show you what low testosterone does to your body, the early signs most men miss, and the one symptom that looks harmless but usually means the decline is already underway. So why does one hormone change your energy, your body, and your performance before you even realize what's happening? Testosterone touches 3 major systems at once: your brain, your muscle, your metabolism. So when levels drop, the damage doesn't stay in one room. It spreads, and it often spreads in a predictable order. First, motivation and energy start slipping, then body composition shifts, then performance and confidence start taking hits. I've watched men ignore this for years because the signs look normal. They still go to work, they still function, they just feel flatter. And that flatness becomes the new normal. That's how men get trapped. They don't notice the decline, they adapt to it, and adaptation is what makes the problem grow. What low testosterone does to your brain. This is where many men notice it first, not in the gym, in the mind. You feel less switched on, less aggressive in a healthy way, less motivated to push. You stop chasing hard things. You start avoiding them. And the worst part is how subtle it can be. You don't wake up one day and say, my testosterone is low. You wake up and say, I'm just tired. I'm just stressed. I'm just not in the mood. Those sound harmless, but if they keep repeating, they become a warning. Because the brain is one of the first places hormone shifts show up. When men lose drive in the mind, they often start losing drive everywhere else. Gym becomes inconsistent, food quality drops, sleep becomes worse. Then the body starts changing too. What low testosterone does to muscle and strength. This is the part men hate because it feels unfair. You can train, you can work, you can stay busy and still get softer. Low testosterone makes muscle harder to keep and harder to build. You notice 3 changes: less strength, less fullness, slower recovery. You don't bounce back the same, you get sore longer, you lose pump faster, you feel weaker doing the same work. Men respond by doing more volume, more cardio, less food. That often makes the muscle loss worse because low testosterone already reduces the growth signal and overtraining kills recovery. So the man feels like he's working harder while his body is shrinking. That is one of the most frustrating patterns after 40 and 50, and it's a big reason men quit. But muscle is not the only thing changing. The next shift is what many men don't connect at all. What low testosterone does to fat and metabolism. Low testosterone is often tied to a metabolic shift. Your body becomes better at storing fat and worse at staying lean. Belly fat grows easier. Hunger gets harder to control. Energy drops after meals. This matters because belly fat is not just extra weight. It can push inflammation up. It can worsen blood sugar. It can worsen sleep. And it can push testosterone down even more. Lower testosterone makes fat gain easier. More fat gain makes testosterone drop further. And the man gets stuck. He tries to diet harder. He loses muscle. He feels worse. He rebounds. That's how men go in circles for years. There's one body area that often exposes low testosterone faster than any blood test conversation, and men either ignore it or panic about it. What low testosterone does to performance. Performance changes often show up as a pattern, not one event. Lower interest, less response, less confidence, and the confidence hit can be bigger than the physical change. Because once a man starts expecting a problem, anxiety enters. Now it's not only hormones, it's hormones plus pressure. That combo makes everything worse. But here's the important point. Performance changes are not always just testosterone. They can also reflect blood flow, blood sugar, stress, sleep. That's why guessing is dangerous. 2 men can have the same symptom and different causes. So the smart move is not panic, it's pattern recognition. What changed? When did it change? What else changed with it? That's how you stop treating the symptom like a mystery and start treating it like a signal. Here's the symptom men dismiss: sleep getting worse, not just less sleep. Worse sleep quality, more wake-ups, more restless nights, less deep rest. That matters because sleep is where testosterone support is built, and poor sleep raises stress hormones. That stress pushes energy down and cravings up. Then training quality drops, then fat gain gets easier, then testosterone can drop further. This is why sleep is not a comfort issue, it's a hormone issue. And it's often the symptom that looks harmless while it's silently accelerating everything else. If a man fixes sleep, training, and nutrition, he often sees the first shift in one place: morning energy. That's the first sign the system is moving back in the right direction. This is not about self-diagnosing, it's about getting smarter. If you see low energy, softer muscle, rising belly fat, worse sleep, lower drive, stop calling it just age. Do 3 things: track the pattern, fix the basics hard, then measure. Strength training that you can recover from, protein that supports muscle, sleep that supports hormones, daily movement, stress control. If you do the basics and the symptoms stay, you do not keep guessing. You get labs through a qualified professional and look at the full picture. Not one number, the full system. Low testosterone does not just change your bedroom life. It changes your brain, your body, your metabolism, and your confidence. It often starts quietly, then it stacks. Then it becomes your normal, but it doesn't have to stay that way. Because once you understand what low testosterone does to the body, you stop chasing random fixes. You start fixing the system that controls energy, muscle, fat, sleep, and performance. And that is where real recovery begins.